Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? How we feeling today? How we feeling? You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy Matty Kiwoom is here. The cook up this morning, 10 a.m. You know how we get down, man. My boy Cody couldn't make it, so I had to reach out, man, to the other guy, man, the myth, the legend. My boy Matty, man. He's in the building with us today, and he got his chef hat on. We cooking this morning, man. So now we get down, baby. How you feeling today, Matty? What's up with you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain. My fantasy luck has not been good.
No, sir.
I got a lot of 1 and 3 teams, my friend. I got a lot of work to do, but this is actually a good way. I'm glad you reached out because this is going to kind of kickstart things. Like, I'm going to be able to put my plans into action. I'm going to formulate them with you here today. And everyone in all my leagues, be ready because I'm coming out fast. I'm going to come out furious because, like I said, I can't be losing all these games. It's pissing me off now.
Nah, I'm with you, man. I feel the same way, bro. I ain't feeling the best either as far as my team's looking. I do got a couple of teams where I want to lose. So it's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get off, do your thing, man. Like I had somebody hit me yesterday. Yeah, I put up 300 on you. Thank you. Put up 300 more, bro. I want to lose. Like, please do that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at you at all, man. But yeah, man, it was a good productive weekend. One of our favorite guys, Jayden Daniels, is shutting the league down, man. The hype is real. The hype is there. And the only bad thing about it is now it's too real, man. Like, if you don't have them, good luck trying to get them because you're going to sell your soul and everything else around you trying to get that dude, man, on your team. So I'm glad to see young guys like him come in the game. And from week 1 to week 4, he done changed everything as far as what we thought he could be. So shout out to J-Day all day, baby. And before we get too far on the show, I see we got the people, man. We ain't do no roll call yet. What up, Shizzles, man? You got the air fryer cracking, brother? Okay, all right, cool, my man. Is it shizzling? Is it shizzling in there or what, though, bro? We need to figure it out, man. What's up with you? Mr. Voorhees, my guy. What's up, big dog? Pops, here you go. No process, man. We not hating on your process, man, okay? We know the Commanders are putting their left hand up. We know how y'all get down, man. All right. My boy Wop, what up? It's Woptober, man. You know what I'm saying? Woptober, Matty. So I'm a first day. I wore my orange today, man. It's Woptober. You know what I'm saying? It's first day of October. Theo, what up, bro? My boy Ern, Big Corey in the building, man. Good to see everybody, man. So, now that we here, Matty, how you feeling, man? Let's speak on a little bit of just week 3 in general, bro. Oh, week 4 is my fault in general. And kind of what you thought about some matchups. And we don't gotta go through the whole list, but just give me your top takes on what we saw this weekend overall. As far as the games go, not necessarily individual players, but just like some teams, and we just kind of in between talk about the players in the games.
The NFC North might be the best division in football because the Bears are 2-2. Okay, they're beating who they're supposed to. You can make the argument they should be 3-1. They should have beat the Colts. And then the Packers are 2-2, but no one wants to play the Packers. Then you have the 4-0 Vikings, the 3-1 Lions. Yes, Lions look awesome on Monday Night Football, putting up 42 points against the Steelers, or the Seahawks, I should say. Yeah, man, this NFC North is going to be awesome for the rest of the season. And then, of course, you mentioned Jayden Daniels. We got to talk about Jayden Daniels.
Oh, for sure.
Again, another fantastic performance, another efficient performance.
Yes,
this guy's lighting the league on fire. I don't even think he has a game even approaching 300 passing yards. He's using that 220 to 250 range. He was 233 this past week, but he's running all over the place. Cliff Kingsbury has this offense dialed in. It's an absolute wagon as of right now, and it's hyper efficient. It won't be as pretty as it's been, but you give him a week where he's throwing the ball 40 times, rushing the ball 12, like really putting the ball in his hands, like the Ravens have done for Lamar. Yeah, I still think we haven't seen his big weeks yet. We still haven't seen that Justin Fields versus Miami Dolphins matchup a couple years ago when he went crazy, like 50
Yeah.
points.
Well, they play the Ravens like week 7 or week 8, so we might see that, man. We might see Lamar, and I ain't gonna lie, man. My job watching, your boy might be calling out that day because I'm going up to Baltimore to go see that. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I got to be in the parking lot or something, Matty. You know what I'm saying? Like
You gotta go watch it.
I got to smell the
Got it.
air out there or
It's right
something,
there.
man. I got
Isn't
to
it
go
crazy that
kick it with the
these two
O's.
guys like 30 miles apart?
Yeah,
It's
bro,
Jayden
that's
Daniels and Lamar are like what 40 miles apart or whatever. It's crazy.
literally, bro, from the Commander Stadium in Landover to the M&T Bank. It's probably like a 35-minute ride at the max. 40 on a
That's
bad
crazy.
day, 45. Like it's right up the street, bro. You know what I'm saying? I definitely might have to go to that game just to kick it, even if I don't go inside. Just be in the air, man. You know, kick it with the Yo's and all the good people out there, man, on the string of bells and all that, man. So I might got to definitely hit the wire up for that one, bro, because that's going to be a hell of a matchup. And it's not one that I want to, because we only play them that division like once every 4 years. So if you miss it this time, Jayden might be on another team, a new contract or somebody. You never know, you know.
Who
So
knows?
I don't think I can miss that one though, bro. And the way he's playing though, right? The thing I like about it is, like you said, he haven't even reached his potential, but it's Cliff Kingsbury for me, bro. And I know I said I was bringing out them receipts. I don't know if you saw on Twitter though, Matty, on
Of
Sunday.
course.
Putting the receipts out, man. And I said in January that I thought Cliff should have been the Falcons OC. I mean, a head coach. Because I feel like what Cliff is going to do with the young team with a lot of athleticism, a lot of skill. I always preach this every week, man, every day, that coaching is everything. And even Dan Quinn, he's a solid coach, but he wouldn't have this offense looking how it looked if Cliff wasn't in the building. And Dan is going to do whatever he does with the team and the defense, but Cliff is the key, man, to getting a young rookie quarterback like Jayden Daniels at his peak. And Caleb being there, honestly, I don't think Caleb would have been as far off from Jayden what he's doing now if Caleb was in Washington. Like, I really believe Caleb would have been, 101 QB in our eyes if he was in Washington under Cliff. But since he's in Chicago, a defensive first team, and they kind of look like they don't really know what's going on. All that is a product of the coaching, man. And that's what we got Sam Darnold doing what he doing, right? He got a coach.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy got a coach. These guys get these coaches, man, and they finally see, like, damn, this is what I needed, So shout out to the good Commanders for getting Cliff, but man, they better hope he don't go get a job next year, because I still think Jayden will be solid, but I want to see how he's going to be if Cliff not there and they bring in a Arthur Smith type. That might be like a disaster in a sense. So, but I do love, what we got going on here in Washington, man. I love the vibes. I'm not a Commanders fan. Don't let me actually say that. Don't let me actually say that, man. Hold up. Hey, Pops, mute your phone, bro. I am definitely not no damn Commanders fan, but I love how they feel, because one thing I know, a Super Bowl ain't gonna come, so they can keep getting happy. I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no parades coming in no time soon, so win all the games you want. I don't care. Yeah, man. As far as that, like you said, the NFC North, man, crazy division, bro.
Crazy.
And I always say this. I say this during the summer, man. I don't think Caleb's gonna win that division. His 4 years on his rookie contract in that division, bro. I don't think he can. And a lot of it is coaching. I mean, you look at the Bears, the Lions, they might be the best team on paper, at least. You got the Packers too. It's kind of hard to say that with the Packers, but I'm just looking at like the Lions have a receiver one in St. Brown.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying the Packers don't, but they kind of got a group of receiver twos in a sense. The Lions got 2 running backs that, are dynamic. They got Laporta. So to me, on paper, I'm going to give it to the Lions. But coaching wise and everything else that come with it in Green Bay, you could put them neck and neck for best 2 teams in the division. And then the Vikings are literally the only reason why I'm not going to put them at number 1. I mean, they got the better record, but they still got to show us a little more. You know what I'm saying? And I think that defense, though, man, that's the scariest defense in the league, man. Don't nobody want to play that Vikings defense. And Aaron Rodgers got them Sunday morning in London. So I just told my boy Voorhees earlier that if the Jets beat the Vikings, it's only because they in London and they was tired and, they got some jet lag or something. But that's the only reason they going to get a win out there.
Went horribly wrong.
100%. outside of that, man, the Vikings, bro, it's gonna be very hard to see them lose without an injury or some crazy, stat line that came out of nowhere. But yeah, I'm with you on the NFC as far as the North being the best. F- um, AFC, what you got, man? Let's how you feeling about the AFC right now and who the best division and give me like the top 2-3 teams you thinking about.
Man, the AFC, it just feels like the one side it has so much fun and hype and competitiveness. And then on the other side, you have exactly what we thought we'd have. We have the Chiefs undefeated.
Yep.
And not only do we have the Chiefs undefeated, but we have them winning in ways that suck for fantasy.
Oh, always. Yep.
And now dating back to their bye week last year. So now 11 games for Mahomes. He's averaging under 20 fantasy points. They keep winning, so they don't give a
why
shit.
why mess why change it, right?
And even this past week, another ugly, hard-fought game, but a win on the road. Then, of course, the Bills and the Ravens, they're good. But I thought the Bills when the Bills got killed on Sunday Night Football, I was not expecting. I know Derrick Henry went bananas, but man, for Josh Allen to kind of lay an egg after he just lit the world on fire the previous week against the Jaguars, I feel like the hierarchy is exactly what we thought. We have the Chiefs, we have the Ravens, and then maybe the Texans, maybe the Bills. But the worst teams seem to be starting to pile up on the AFC side, which is not good.
But Matt, if you think about it, right, it's been like that for 100 years. It's like the NFC never has a repeat champion back-to-back years.
Yeah,
They
it's
always
true.
got a different team showing out and showing up in the playoffs. The AFC is literally been for like the last 25 years. The Patriots, the Colts, the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Chiefs, bro. Like that's it. Those are the best teams every single year. They win the championships. It's like the AFC is what we thought they were, and the NFC, like you said, it's fun, it's exciting. And I was talking about the NFC North, Snowman. I wasn't talking about the overall roster, brother. But I wouldn't definitely say Minnesota. The Lions was number one overall, but just the North. But yeah, man, the AFC, bro, to me is who we thought. Like the top teams are always going to be here. The bottom teams are always going to be down there. And until somebody changes it, man, it's never going to look the same or look different. But my thing with the AFC, from what we saw Sunday and from the Dallas game, I know I'm a little biased because I'm a Lamar guy, but I think the Ravens are the most dangerous team in the AFC, bro. And the reason why is because the same way we said about Daniels not reaching his potential, we ain't seen Lamar do anything on offense really but manage the game. He hasn't gone out there and have to throw for 300 plus and 4 touchdowns, which he has in his arsenal. He doesn't do it every week, but he hasn't had to go out there yet and say, all right, we down 30. Let me go out there and bring us back, or let us go up by 30. They running Henry in the ground, running people over. And they got Justice Hill getting 80 yards receiving. Mark Andrews, I don't even think has a catch yet. So if they 2-2 and with a trajectory up to here, and Mark Andrews don't have any yards, like that lets you know when Andrews start clicking, it's gonna be a hard team to beat, man. So minus the injuries that they seem to suffer every year, hopefully, man, if Baltimore can stay healthy, they are the most dangerous team in the AFC to me, currently right now, which how they got going on both sides of the field. And the Steelers, man, if they can finally click and be compatible and score more than 18 points in a game, which they did last week, they could be fine too. You know what that defensive line can do. And Justin Fields caught his stride late last week. I love what the AFC got going on. I just hate that, like you said, it's the same 5 teams. NFC, bro, is like NFC like Halloween, man. You put your hand in the basket, you don't know what candy you're gonna get. AFC is like, hey, this the 3 you got. Which one you want? You know what I'm saying? There ain't no option. So
no king size bars either. They're all individual. I'll take it. I'll eat. These are the candy in the AFC is the candy you eat like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It's because you've eaten everything else.
Facts.
You've eaten all your kids' candy. You've just completely drained all of the stockpile. And you're like, all right, I guess I'll have this Hershey Kiss or whatever.
Yeah. Basically, like, look, I know what you like. This is what I'm gonna buy you. I'm not gonna get you nothing extra. I don't want you to try nothing new. This is what you want. This is what you're gonna get. That's what the AFC is right now, and pretty much been for the last 20 some years. So, yeah, man, I like what we got on both sides of the NFC and the AFC, but I think the most dominant teams in the AFC have clearly shown who they are. And fantasy wise, we got a little bit of hope across the board. I mean, if you look at the NFC side of things, right? It seems like the injuries are just piling up. You look at the San Francisco 49ers, this McCaffrey news ain't good. Now he got tendonitis in both legs. Um, who we just lost on the NFC side? I just had it up too.
Both the Eagles guys have been out. We
The
lost
Eagles
Puka
guys.
and Cup. No, you're 100% right. And it does seem, I mean, Jordan Love, I know he's back now, but we had lost 2 games with Jordan Love.
Yep.
So
Yep.
all those weapons were on a downswing. It seems like there's something every single week on the NFC side.
The AFC. I mean, the NFC, man, is piling. I mean, the AFC got their share of injuries too, but the NFC right now, man, it's just piling up for the guys that we, fantasy wise anyway, really depended on and really waited on. So, and then you got, I think more so in the AFC, is not really the injuries. It's the one injury that's trickling down to the other ones. When you look at the Miami Dolphins, right? Tua being out, and you look at that game last night, man. Oh my goodness, I couldn't wait for that game to go off, bro. I think I was like, bro, is the Ninja Turtles on? Like, what's going on? I'm ready to look at anything else but this game, bro. It was hot garbage on TV last night.
It was
like, yeah, man, it was trash last night. So, I think the AFC, you got Devontae Adams with my hamstring hurt, but it really don't. I just don't want to be here. Thing going on. You know, the injuries aren't as bad in the AFC. It's just more so the trickling down effect of what's missing, and then everybody else around it pretty much suffering. I mean, we had the Rashee Rice injury. That's a major blow.
Big time, yeah.
To that team, and especially, you know, for us in fantasy, but especially to that team, man. He was the clear receiver one, the clear number one weapon. Then they lost Pacheco 2-3 weeks before that. So it's like, damn, bro, Pacheco. What you see with the Chiefs, man? Are they gonna make a trade? They gonna sign somebody? What you think they got going on, Matty?
That was really actually what I asked you though, Fizz. If you were the GM, let's just say they give you a call to like, listen, we love the cook up. We need this brain running the show. Who are you buying? Who are you buying if you're the Chiefs? What wide receiver are you going after?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go get 2 guys, and the reason why I'm gonna get 2. Listen now. Listen, I'm gonna sign one. And I'm gonna trade for one. You got a Hunter Renfrow out there who still is a nice undersized receiver, cut across the middle. I mean, I don't know why he don't have a job yet, but
it's great.
Hunter Renfrow to me would definitely be on my radar just for sign. You can sign him for nothing. You ain't got to pay him much. You think about what Cole Beasley did for the Bills when they signed him out of nowhere. There ain't no reason why the Chiefs can't do that with Renfrow. And trade wise, man, you're not gonna get Devontae Adams. The Raiders would die before they allow
for sure
the Chiefs to get it. You know what I'm saying?
No way. The whole league would tell them no, you're not fucking
no. So me personally, bro, I would literally call dang, I just had it in my head, Matty. Damn, I just said no Amari Cooper. It just clicked off in my head. It's an AFC team.
See, for me, it's Amari.
Okay, that's who it was. It was Coop. It was Coop.
Yes,
Coop, Coop.
Yeah, you mentioned. For me, that's who I think. That's the slam dunk.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper.
Nah, and the reason why is because 1, they look like a losing team. They're not going to win anything.
Right.
2, even if you're the Chiefs and they want to try to overcharge you, it's a way you can put language in it that, okay, you don't want to give us him for a second. You want a third included or something crazy. So just give us something else on the back end. Like, it's a way you can word it so that the trade don't look too crazy on your end. But at the end of the day, bro, Amari Cooper's on a 1-year deal in Cleveland. He don't even want to be there for real. And it's not going to hurt the Cleveland Browns to just get rid of him and save some more money. So it's a win-win on both sides. But it's 100% Amari Cooper. But I feel like they should still look at a Hunter Renfrow for a backup plan and as an addition. Like, I'm not saying Renfrow should be the savior, but I would sign both sides. Get him and Coop, man. And why not? I mean, you got this dynamic offense, bro, and you're losing players every single week, it seemed like. So why not have like I said, a Hunter Renfro can come in and learn the offense and be right there already? Because if you lose somebody else, you're going to be trusting Juju Smith-Schuster to be your number one or number two at some point.
Right.
So
Right.
just stack up, man, while you can. It's week 4. You ain't going, it ain't going to hurt you to sign an extra guy. I know Michael Thomas is out there and he got his ups and downs, but
he's
I mean,
always hurt.
he is.
If you're the Chiefs, why not give up the pick for the known asset like Cooper?
100%,
Like Cooper
100%.
suits up. He can win deep still. I mean, he should have had an 80-yard touchdown that got called back on some Fugaze holding penalty.
Yeah.
He still got it. And I think you get a player with that type of caliber, that player that's knocking on the door to be a Hall of Famer. You
100%.
get that guy on a team like the Chiefs with the ambitions that the Chiefs have. You're going to unlock him. I don't care if he's almost 30 years old. You're going to unlock something in that guy that he probably hasn't had since his peak Dallas days.
Yeah.
And that would be I love the Renfro one, though, because Renfro also protects you next year because this is going to parlay into a suspension.
For sure.
Right? So, I mean, he's going to miss this year and then probably, the first 4 games, no matter what, due to a suspension. And then
he might not be 100% coming into training camp. So he going to miss maybe, let's just say they put him on IR because his leg not ready. And he suffered 3-4 game suspension. We might not see Rashee Rice till week 8 or 9 next year. So, and I like the D-Hop one. I do like that. The Titans are clearly out of the mix of everything.
D-Hop works, yep.
But I also will say this, man. Hey, what's up with Tyler Lockett? He on the NFC, and we ain't got to worry about nobody causing no friction in the AFC, man. I like Tyler Lockett too, man.
Tyler Lockett's sick. But if they were 1-3, you could. They're 3-1. They're trying to win.
I know. I mean, but hey, Jake Bobo, man, they look like they still love Jake Bobo. You know what I'm saying? He's still around, man. So they love him some Bobo.
Might be good on the Chiefs too. They like Justin Watson.
Yeah, I mean,
like the downfield big dudes.
I think Seattle was equipped enough on offense that Lockett could move for something. Now they might want something back. Let's just say they get a D line or cornerback or something. I don't know, but
yeah,
I don't mind Tyler Lockett offer, man, out there in the mix, man. So, yeah, I mean, that was a good little take, man. I guess on what we think, the biggest highs and the lows, and I saw we had somebody had asked about Brock Bowers on a win now team, and that was my next thing I wanted to bring up, man. As far as it don't have to be rookies or young guys, but currently right now is on a dynasty landscape, though, Matty. What you think about who is rising up the charts, man? Like week by week, play for play, getting better. And ADP wise, we had guys certain ways and over the summer, but currently right now through 4 weeks, man, it's a list of guys that's just shooting through the roof. And if you got them for a discount in August, you doing the money dance. You know what I'm saying? It's Shador Rolly with the arm up. You know what I'm saying? Who the guy that you think a couple of guys that's rising up charts right now for Dynasty for you?
The first guy I want to talk about is Jayden Reed. Jayden Reed was on the precipice. He was going, 5th, 6th round. So it wasn't cheap. You weren't getting him cheap, but he wasn't really in that upper echelon that the guys you were for sure building a team around. And so far this season, he's shown that he can be that type of player. And I think in Dynasty, there's still an opportunity to buy. We use the Warp tool, at South Harmon. So if anyone that's listening wants to go to southharmonff.com, you can check out the Warp tool. You look at Jayden Reed so far this season, he has the 4th highest Warp wins over replacement amongst all wide receivers, and he's the number 8 player overall. That's how valuable he's been to fantasy rosters, and he's only had Jordan Love 50% of the time this season. He's coming off an absolutely monster game this past week. 8 targets, caught 7 of them for 140 yards, scored a touchdown. He's been so efficient. He's been doing all of this production with an 18% target share on his team. So he doesn't have the volume that he's going to have, because what do we always say about targets? They're earned. And this
100%.
Guy's out there earning the targets. He's dominating.
He's like the Debo Samuels of their offense, bro. They could put him in the backfield, have him run long, far, short, low. He all over the place, man. He's a Swiss Army knife for sure.
And LaFleur is like you mentioned, just like he's using like Debo, except he has a downfield aspect to his game that I don't know if Debo necessarily ever looked to polish. Obviously, exactly. Debo's been such a yak monster, but it's tough to not see a little Stephon Diggs when you're watching Jayden Reed right now. and this offense is humming.
There you go.
We're gonna
I like
see
that
this.
one.
We're gonna
I
keep
like
seeing
that
it
one better
climb.
than Debo. I like that one, Matty. I like that one.
But I mean, imagine Stephon Diggs with Debo Samuel's role is kind of what we're
Exactly.
seeing.
Hey, look, Stephon Diggs just got his first rushing touchdown this Sunday, and he
Right.
was he was supposed
And
to
he
throw
was
the
supposed to
ball.
run. Yeah,
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 he
he's
was
supposed
supposed
to
to
run.
throw it, but he ran it. But it looked like, hey, maybe I could do this more often. So I'm with you, man. I didn't think of the Diggs thing, but that clicked with me. You're right, man. I like that Diggs and Jayden Reed comparison, though.
And you look at like keep trade cut. I know people have their opinions of keep trade cut, but you just try to look at some market indicators of what people are perceiving value for players. And he's right now wide receiver 20. That's a fat gap in between kind of where we see him using the wins over replacement player tool in South Harmon as opposed to the market. And that's a great opportunity to buy. So
Yeah.
I think he's rising up through the dynasty ranks, and I think that rise will continue throughout this whole season, which is why I think now's a great time to be throwing some pretty heavy duty offers at a receiver that may emerge to be a fantasy monster on a team that's looking like one of the best offenses in football.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, and honestly, they're only gonna get better. I mean,
Yeah.
Jordan Love literally just came back, so I still think the Vikings defense is one of the best in the league, but I think he had to get reacclimated in that game. And when you saw in that second half, Jordan Love kind of woke up like, all right, we down like 21 points, and I have done nothing for a whole half. Now I'm up,
Right.
like back. You know what I'm saying? So I think going forward, we should see them do exactly what they was doing in that second half of that game. And I think one guy, man, for me though, Matty, I mean, it's a couple guys that we could speak on, but I think one guy I got to talk about, bro, is my guy, man, Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields in Dynasty right now. I mean, you could have got him for a late second rounder, maybe during the summer. Some people didn't even want him. I mean,
That's right.
I know some people that was drafting Russell Wilson over Justin Fields and doing it proudly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way Fields or touch the field. And you know me, man, I gotta bring them receipts up, Matty. I pulled them tweets up Sunday, and I wrote a tweet in October 23rd last year, and I said, all the Justin Fields haters next year, keep that same energy. And then I had another tweet in January that said, everybody hate Fields, but on week 1 of this season, when he's starting for a new team, don't mention me or whatever I wrote. And he
Yeah.
started week 1 and he doing his thing, man. Justin Fields is my number one probably own player in all my teams. That's my dog, man. I never stirred the ship. I was offered crazy offers for him and still said, nope, that's my dog, man. He gonna get it back together. And to see what he did Sunday, pretty much reminds me of what he can do. I mean, he literally went out there and threw that ball. Looked like, I mean, granted, Joe Flacco kind of changed the game because A. Rich, who we're gonna speak on soon, really wasn't doing anything. It was the offense just kind of skittering and scattering and figuring out what they was doing. But when Flacco came in there and was airing that ball out and putting up points, I know the Pittsburgh Steelers lost, but Phil stepped up, man, and he really was throwing that ball. And now he's made George Pickens look like a receiver one in his offense now. I know at one point last year we thought Pickens was just a boom bust player, highlight reel, one hand catch kind of guy. But if you look at what George Pickens was doing through that game, man, they got it like a long ball connection. They always seem to get like a 40+ yard pass out of nowhere every single week. But consistently, and Justin Fields can get on that ball, man, get on that field and throw it with the best of them. To me, I believe, and they played the Dallas Cowboys, who missing 2 defensive linemen on their defense this week, and one of the worst running defenses in the league. So Sunday night, man, hey, if Justin Fields go out there and got 90, 100 yards rushing and 200 yards passing, man, don't say I ain't tell you so. So that's definitely one of my guys that's rising up on the charts. And I mean, I guess before we go to the next one, Matty, you can give me one more that you think that you got got a little bit of love for in these dynasty streets, man, that's coming up.
I think Geno Smith's a sneaky riser.
That's a deep one. I like that one.
For some, it feels like if I would like how old would you say Geno Smith is?
I think 31.
Oh, okay. So you're on the other side of the spectrum. I think most times when you talk about Geno Smith, people think he's pushing 40.
Oh, no. I think I kind of knew too in a sense. I don't know. Well, how old? I don't even know.
He's 33. He's still got years of football left.
Yeah.
And I think with this new regime, he's picking up right where he left off last year. He's got a 72% completion percentage. He's leading the NFL in passing yards right now. He's got
I
weapons.
ain't know that. I ain't know that.
The Seahawks aren't going to take a quarterback if they're continuously drafting and burning on the 20s.
Oh
They're
yeah,
not going to take a quarterback. They're going to keep playing with Smith, Rollout Smith, and Sam Howell. I was hoping he might get a chance this year, and it doesn't look like he will unless there's a significant injury to Geno Smith, other than those potential cleanup roles or something like that. But it's Geno Smith's offense, and they're letting him cook, and he's looked good. He's been a good fantasy producer now for more than a season, and at 33 years old, if you can tell me he's going to have 3 more years of this level of play, why wouldn't I start taking him over names like the guys that are starting to sink a little bit, the Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers? Those guys are on their way out, and now he's kind of hovering around the Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence area. Like, who would you rather have, Fizz? If you're a competing dynasty team, would you rather have Lawrence or Geno Smith? It's getting close.
And I was just about to say the only thing he's missing is the contract. Once we see him get that contract, because I think he got 1 year on this deal, and he wanted more money, they didn't give it to him. Once his name is signed on the dotted line as Geno extension 4 years, I guarantee Matty that whatever ranking he is now is going to shoot up 3 or 4 spots. And because now we got safety behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think right now people were a little nervous because Sam Howell was there. They traded for Sam Howell, and people kind of thought if Geno don't show up early in the season, they'd throw Sam out there at some point and maybe move on. But if the way Geno's balling right now and they're winning games, and with the weapons he have, the run game, once his name is on the dotted line for an extension, I guarantee all those guys, those Trevor Lawrences, I mean, he got an extension too, but those guys are going to start moving back, and you'll start seeing the Geno Smiths go up because we got security now with that. Like Jared Goff, you might not be the biggest fan of Goff, and he's still mediocre at times. But once he signed that contract, all right, cool. Now I trust him a little bit more because Tua the same way. When Tua, we know he got the concussion now, but during the summer, man, I got rid of Tua and every team I did because I was scared. I said, man, they might not re-sign him. I don't know, I don't know how they're going. Once he signed that dotted line, I was like, damn, man, I kind of wish I had my Tua back in a sense, So you always in fear of job security. But we talk about that so much with Deshaun Watson when he signed his. We was like, well, at least we know he ain't going nowhere. I don't know how good he gonna be, but he signed his guaranteed deal, and he might be leaving no matter how much they owe him because they just look pretty bad, man. But that job security for me is everything for Geno, and I actually like that call. I like it so much, bro. I don't even want to say mine because I feel like I'm cheating a little bit in a sense, but I'm gonna say Baker Mayfield though, bro. And Baker, man,
he's another one though. But Baker's walking, so Geno can maybe run.
Nah, for
he
sure.
Did get the extension,
and he got the extension, and so Baker being there with the extension, with Mike Evans got the extra extension. I don't know what they're gonna do with Chris Godwin at the end of the year, but it look like they need to go ahead and pay him now because his price gonna change over the summer, man. So I think, man, Baker, like I always say, a happy Baker is a good Baker. And I watched that Philly game last week, and I understand Philly is crippled on offense, but man, I think I seen a stat line. They had 200. The Bucks had 250 yards and still had the ball, and Philly had 0. Like they had 250 yards, and Philly had 0 yards on offense, bro. That was the craziest line.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here like, what's it? Like I'm talking about that first quarter, bro. I'm looking and I'm like, it's like 21-0 already. What the hell going on? And I understand that Philly was kind of crippled on offense, and I get all that, but the Bucks, man, when they clicking and they look like they having fun, they look like they want me to go root for the Bucks. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what color you got, what mascot you got on your helmet, bro. When it's good football, it's good football. Like, that's what I want to see. And the Bucks, man, are playing good football. So that's a team right there. If I got the option to look at different games, I'm watching the Bucks if I can because they out there balling, man. So Baker Mayfield right now to me though is definitely establishing itself as a second tier QB type guy. Like not second tier, but out of the QB ones, he's definitely coming to that point where you got the Dak Prescotts and that little rank Brock Purdy's. Baker Mayfield is moving up in that range, man. I know he wasn't there to start off, but those Trevor Lawrence shares and Justin Herberts. And I'm not gonna lie, man, you're not gonna tell me that I'm gonna take Justin Herbert over Baker Mayfield right now, man.
That's right.
I don't think there's no way I can. And he's only getting better week by week. So I don't know, man. Shout out to Baker if you could get him, and if you had him and sold him for a cheaper price, man. I'm sorry for you, but I like Baker this year, man. He was never one of my guys though, man. I always said, man, you can have Baker.
I've
Man.
always liked Baker. Him and I just feel like we'd hang out and it'd be
Yeah,
dope.
no, for real.
I've always liked Baker. I feel like Baker would be if we could one day get Baker made of the shit school in Canton.
Oh no, it's over with.
It's over with. I think that'd be a
over.
lot of fun. That's why I've always liked him. But I'll also add this to what you're talking about, Fizz, and I completely agree with you. He might also be the best tear down candidate. If you have Dak, if you have Joe Burrow, can you imagine the secondary or third pieces that you could bring in selling your Joe Burrow, selling your Dak for Baker? Plus, I mean, could you get Josh Jacobs with that and put your team over the top? I think you'd be pretty damn close to getting an impactful receiver or running
100%.
back with Baker to tear down. And when you look at the stats this year, you're like, shit, Baker's performing just like those guys. I mean, it's almost like this. You're seeing a great divide when you look at the warp charts of Konami versus not. There's a grouping of Konami that are up and away.
Yeah, off the chart.
Lamar's, Josh Allen's. And then the other guy, the Kylers, they kind of sprinkle in after that, Jalen Hurts. And then you have just a fat grouping of guys who don't run but are good passers. And it's like, oh.
And Baker can run a little bit now. He got some wheels. He
That's right. And they're letting him, like you said, have fun. They're letting him go out there and just kind of play loose, play quick. And you're seeing him. You're right. You're seeing him run the ball more than we've ever seen.
And this always goes to me, bro. When you have players and coaches that love you, and you could tell, last year it was like, the coaching we really thought was what took them over the top. But I think now the players, you look at guys like Mike Evans and them, man, they love Baker. Like they look like this is my dog right here. I'm gonna ride for him. And I think a lot of players don't do that enough for their guys. To give them that, hey, you my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody else. I'm glad you here, and let's go win. So I love the energy they got going on in Tampa Bay right now, man, because Jacksonville took all the energy out of Florida right now with what they got going on. So I don't know what we could say about them other than BTJ maybe, and that's it. I don't know.
Even ETN stinks right now.
But bro, everybody stinks in Jacksonville, bro. It's a sad sight to see, man. But as far as everything else for week 4, man, you got any hot takes from the week 4 in general, like some that you want to see or some that you didn't see that you think is going to take off at some point from what we saw this weekend?
I'm going to use that to kind of talk about this week also. Seeing Najee Harris fall flat on his face in a matchup that should have been a plus matchup for him.
Mm-hmm.
I was big on him this year. I have a lot of Najee Harris, and like I said at the top of the show, I don't have a whole lot of wins, and he's a big reason.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm jumping shit. If he does not take advantage of, I mean, I was all about Najee. I can't disagree that. I can't argue that at all. If he flops against the Cowboys, I'm done. I'm done. DUN. I'm done with him this year.
Yeah. And especially against the Cowboys, bro. Our D-line right now is one of the worst in the league, if not the worst in the league. So if he flops against the Cowboys, bro, I'm with you, man. It might be Najee over with, right? It's just time to move on at that point.
We're done with him.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm from week 4. I guess I could say my biggest I guess bold take is I think I want to really say it's a lot of teams, man, that need help and need I believe coaching and just to get it together. It's only week 4. Like, of course, it's still early in the season, and you got a lot of things to happen, bro. But I want to say, man, the team that I believe that's really in trouble, which they shouldn't be, is the Atlanta Falcons, man. I think the Atlanta Falcons are in big trouble, Matty. And they winning games. Yeah, they winning games, right? But I think they just scraping by, man, winning these games. And we're going to look at it at the end of the day and say, oh, yeah, they won more games than last year. Okay, cool. If you happy with doing that, cool. But with this offense, bro, and I believe the Atlanta Falcons are going to blow this window of having Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson under rookie contract deals, bro. The same way the Dallas Cowboys did it for so long with all these great rookies we had, O-line under one contract. Now we broke, can't pay nobody. You complaining every week. I believe the Atlanta Falcons are going to do that, man, because Kirk Cousins, he just look old, man. He looks like
Yeah,
he
he
can
does.
still win you a game, but he don't look like I trust him every single week. If we down 10 or 14 points in the fourth quarter, he gonna come bring us back. And the reason why I thought about them, because if you look at that division, we had them winning that division clearly, which they still
Easy.
can. They still can. I'm not saying they can't, but is it going to amount to anything other than a first playoff exit? Like that's what it looked like to me if they win this division. So I think the biggest team that's in trouble is Atlanta because they never going to reach that potential of having those. Like and I didn't even know this. I looked at the draft order. They drafted Pitts, I think, at 3 or 4. They drafted Drake London and Bijan at number 8 and
Yeah.
Penix. All three of those picks was number 8 for the last 3 years, bro. So if you look at their last 3 drafts, it was pick 8, 8, 8. And to have those 3 dynamic players, bro, all those players are guys that we want on our fantasy teams. Everybody trading for them, can't wait to see them play. But in real life, to have all of that, you basically got a fantasy team on your real roster. And to come out every week and look mediocre, and Bijan Robinson being who he is, the next Christian McCaffrey, and he barely doing anything, it's a joke, man. So my biggest fear is that Atlanta is going to stink up this window of having probably the most dynamic young offense in the league and never reach its potential, man. Hopefully they fix it, and hopefully we see Michael Penix real soon. Not saying he gonna be the best either, but the way Kirk playing, man, if they lose 3 games in a row, I would definitely say it's time, man, to switch it up over there in Atlanta, man. I'm just not feeling it, Matty. Especially we fantasy guys, bro. There's no reason why Kyle Pitts, bro, is breaking my heart every single week, bro. Oh my goodness, Matty.
Just a nothing burger
Not,
again this week.
and then the coach is okay with it. He like, yeah, man, stats are for losers or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, stats
no, they're not,
losers,
bro.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
These guys
bro.
get paid off stats, but it's for losers.
It's the reason why Kelsey is got 3 rings, bro. It's because he gets stats, bro. What are you talking about? Like,
that's just what losers say. That's just some loser.
That was just a crazy thing to say, man. Like, come on. Like, if I'm Kyle Pitts, I'm looking at him like, what? Like, I can't wait to get out of here, boy. Y'all tripping, man.
Imagine telling your boss that. Like, what if you're in sales or
Exactly.
marketing, whatever you're in, just being like, yeah, I know I'm not doing jack squat, but that's
Just
for
stats.
losers.
Yeah. Like, man,
out of here.
Stats ain't for winners. We don't need to do nothing.
My livelihood depends on my statistics, no matter what industry you're in. But yeah, that's for losers. It's definitely for losers.
Crazy, man. Crazy, man. I mean, stats aren't all the end all be all, but come on, bro. For your number 4 overall pick tight end to get 0 catches and like literally like 1 catch over the last 2 games is crazy, man.
And Ray McLeod's getting manufactured touches. It's like
crazy,
what are we
man.
doing?
Crazy, man. Crazy, man. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, man. I just think they're the biggest disappointment fantasy wise, and like I said, in the league. And they actually play the Bucks. I'm looking right now. They play the Bucks Thursday, man. So hey, game. Hopefully that boy Baker can make them step their game up. Like, because I really thought, man, I'm gonna move on to the next topic, but I really thought Sunday night that Josh Allen was going to make Lamar go out there and have to throw for 304 touchdowns. Because I thought Josh was going to do it. I said, man, Sunday night, Josh going off and Lamar going to have to keep up. But from that first play, when Derrick Henry went 82 yards, I said, yeah, it looked like a run game tonight. It don't look like they're going to be throwing the ball and airing it out. And they had a rough game against the Baltimore Ravens that night, man, for sure.
But that's why Lamar's awesome, because he's still produced for fantasy, doing nothing.
Doing nothing, bro.
Doing nothing.
It don't even look like he's out there playing his hardest. It looked like he's playing outside with his friends and, he gonna throw the ball when he want. He gonna run when he want. But he looked like he controls his own destiny every single week, bro. Every single week. It don't look like he lost his composure, or he don't feel like he can go out there and break a run for 90 yards and nobody gonna touch him. So that's my dog right there, man. I love me some Lamar, man. All right, well, next, look, let's get up in this overcooked, man. We ain't having too many people put in, man. We ain't got but 4 teams today, but let's show some love to the Patreons, man. Patreon.com/ I think South Harmon FF. You could tap in with us, man. Join. We got dollar tier, $5 tier, $10 tier. The Savage tier, man, for the real winners, the people that really want to tap in with us, man. We don't knock the people that on the undercards, though. We love y'all too. But this is a little perk that I'm trying to give everybody, man, that's with us, man. So who we got here? The Gritty Committee, I believe that's probably what it is. We got AJ. Okay, all right, AJ. He played Beef Jones. I don't know, man. You probably got, you know what? He got the number for the O, Matty. I think that's why he getting cooked, man. He got to put the regular letter right here on his Beef Jones, man. Come on, bro. Jones, my last name. Come on, Beef. Get it together, Playboy.
The
Okay, all
beef
right.
might be well done after this.
And for sure, right? Some tough.
He might
Some
be
tough
cooked.
right there, man. Ain't no blood coming out. Ain't no pink in the middle, man. I don't know about that one. DB, what we got?
Oh,
Okay.
DB, have mercy.
Okay, mustard
My
and
man has
mayo.
a family.
I see why this guy lost, man. He want to be Will Levis and somebody else, man. He got mustard and mayo, bro. I'm not feeling that one at all, man. So DB, I'm glad you number one in this league. You doing your thing, man, on that one. Who else we got? Hopefully improving. Big Corey was on there last week, so look like you clearly improving, brother. I mean, you need to change your name because.
Oh, how dare he do this to our guy T-Rock, though?
But I'm saying,
dare
like,
you, Big Corey?
the man name is hopefully improving. Look like you very improved to me, though, brother. I mean, you're 8-0, man. What the hell? Please fix that, man. You I think 120. You pretty much got the biggest lead so far, and T-Rock, man, you need to stop listening to Lotto, man. That big meat energy is not for you, man. I know you the chef, you the cook, man, but your mojo is losing. It's out the window, brother, this week, man. All right. And the last one, man, we got the Plank Crew. Okay, what's that? 113 bearded chicken, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, breaded chicken. I said bearded. I can't read, man. Bearded chicken.
He should change it to
Yeah, is that because look,
chicken.
you know why I said bearded? Because he had the Viking with the beard. I was thinking it was like a bearded chicken, like, you know what I'm saying? But the Plank Crew, man, shout out to you, the 300-point games, man. Sometimes I want to get the scoring on some of these leagues sometimes too, man, because when you look at 323 and you go to DB and the score is 150 or to 76,
yeah,
it's like, sometimes I wonder, like, what's the scoring in these leagues, man? Because I got leagues where I'm 300 plus. I got leagues where nobody did absolutely nothing. So
that's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? I don't know what take it was, Dynasty Jacks, but I appreciate you, man. Yes, T-Rock, you definitely got cooked, brother. You need to go back to the school and get in the kitchen and cook something else, bro, because I wasn't feeling that one, man. All right.
T-Rock, come on.
I don't know, man. Right now, Matty. Yeah, I know, right? Right now, man, I want to do some. I told Cody, man, I know he the college guy. I wanted him to bring up some college guys. So, on the intermission kind of side, in the middle of the show, man, I kind of want to touch on some 2025 breakouts, bro. And I know you know your thing too, man. You in the CDC, C2C league, and I've never been in the C2C until Mike put me on with his. But I've played in college leagues. And I know you were a baseball guy too, man. Was you playing Yahoo when they had college on there?
No. Massachusetts just legalized certain fantasy for college games. We still can't do college DFS here, but I can. I was able to do the best ball fan tracks for C2C and other things. So I'm in 2 fantasy football leagues that are just draft and let it ride fantasy leagues for that revolves around college.
Okay, yeah, no. I because at one point, bro, they don't have it anymore. They only had it for like 3 years, but the Yahoo platform they had like college drafts and college leagues, and it was, I want to say 2018, 19, and maybe 2020. I'm not sure the 2021, but I just remember one year I had drafted CeeDee Lamb and Jalen Hurts when they was in OU, and when Dallas drafted CeeDee Lamb, it really like, bro, I was like, oh my God, I had to do it on my fantasy team. Like, and this is what I try to tell my pops and a lot of people that I talk to. When you play fantasy, bro, it really helps you appreciate the same players when they get in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like Jayden Daniels, like, don't get me wrong. If the Commanders would have taken anybody else, I would have laughed them out the building, bro. But Jayden Daniels was my dog last year. I had him on my college team. I was watching all his games. So I just kind of grew in with him that I don't care what color he got on, bro. He's my man. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things I love about fantasy. It takes you out of being biased to the helmet and the logo to actually respecting and loving the player. And playing college fantasy does that more than anything because there's so many players that go in late rounds and you watch these mock drafts and you get in the third round, you're like, bro, I don't even know what the hell this dude is. But when you play in those C2Cs and those college leagues, you like, man, this dude was on my team, back in August. So I know who he is. Like this pretty much I use college for homework, you know what I'm saying? Like for when it comes to the NFL. So
then
exactly right. So I know we got a lot of guys, man, we can name, but I'm gonna go through two. I'm gonna let you go through two, and I'm gonna let you kick us off, man. Give us you ain't gotta be number one, but just give us one of the guys that's like a guaranteed smash coming up in this 2025 class for our dynasty teams next year.
Can I request you go first? Just because I don't want to steal your guy. I don't want to steal your guy, and you created the thumbnail. So okay. I guess who wants to talk about Ginty?
Hey, listen. We both can talk about it. Let's just keep it. Me and you gonna have one extra after this because Ashton Ginty, man, is that dude, man. And it's funny, I got him on one of my teams, bro, my college team. And crazy Matty, I got him at the last pick of the draft. I don't know how my league mates let me get him.
That's crazy.
I have no idea, but hey, Ashton Ginty, man, is that dude. And literally, man, from week one, the guy put up 267 yards and 6 touchdowns the first week of the season, right? So that lets you know right there, like, oh my God, like it's gonna be different. But of course, in college, sometimes you're like, that happens. Next week, he put up 192, 3 touchdowns. The next week, and he only rushed 11 times in week 3. I'm looking at the other weeks, he had 20 and 25. With 11 rushes, he had 127. So just imagine if he would have rushed 25 times. He probably would have had another 200-yard game. And just this following week, 260 or 59 yards and 4 touchdowns. So the man total got 845 yards, 13 touchdowns, and we only on week 5, bro. I'm not sure the metrics of how you break all of this down or how anybody can rank him in, the past to the present or what's going on, but he is definitely the clear 101. And when I mean running backs, he's the clear 101 in running back. And he's almost pushing, man, first round running back potential in the NFL draft, bro. The way he's playing and balling, I don't know if the game is going to transition the way we want it with people always wanting to take 2 running backs. And you know how these coaches, man, they think they know more than they know. Mm-hmm. So that's my only fear of the running back position is they don't use them like they should. It's like a Breece Hall, Bijan, those type of guys. But man, Ashton Ginty, bro, is he's not one of those guys. He is that guy. And don't let the Boise helmet state fool you, bro. That the blue field and the blue uniform fit him 100%, man, because he's camouflaging through every hole that they got, built up in their front line, man. What you got on Ashton right now, man?
This class is gonna be awesome for running backs. I think 3 guys pop.
Tell him again, Matty. Tell him again, man. Tell him again.
It's gonna be so awesome at running back. What we've been craving since the Bijan Gibbs year, and even that was 2 guys. We're gonna get in spades. I think we could see 2 guys go in the first round, but even there's 3 at the top of the list. I think you could 100% get both players. And Maurice Jones-Drew, Ashton Ginty is emerging as the best. He looks like a lock for the first round. 100%. And I know Boise State, you bring that up. People also need to realize this. He had almost 200 rushing yards against Oregon.
Yeah.
This didn't come from Oregon City Community College. No, this is the Ducks. He put up almost 200 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. He's been Washington State, a former Pac-12 team, Power 5 conference team. He went out there and just looked fantastic. He's unstoppable. And people are going to criticize the 5'9", 215 because by the time we draft, we're probably going to find him to be closer to 5'8", probably closer to 208, 205 even than 215. But when you watch this kid play, he does not look small. He looks like Maurice Jones-Drew. He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Coming into the season, he was kind of I think I had him at like 3 or 4 at running back. He's number 1 with a bullet, especially with Ollie Gordon just not being as wow a player as Ashton
Man,
Jeffrey's been.
I really
It's
thought Golly was
the
going to be a
Oklahoma
lot
State
better.
curse, man. It's Hubbard goes for 2 racks, comes back this next year, doesn't do that great. Same thing with Ollie Gordon. Last year, he was so good in the passing game, so good running the football. This year, he just isn't putting up the numbers like I thought he would, like I thought his skill set would provide. It seems like Ginty's going to be awesome. He's going to score fantastic. And if he does come in to the combine next year and weigh in at 215, the speed scores, the burst scores, all of these metrics that cause guys to become bona fide first-round picks will jump off the screen.
My only fear with the RB position, bro, is the NILs, man, and them saying, I'm making like 4 million in
true.
college. You know, I'm making 4 million in college. I might not make that in the NFL for like 5 years. You know, so
That's right.
that's the only fear with college these days and these players coming out. But I feel like when you a guy like Genty, man, you know you're going in the first round, bro. I don't know if I would like when Blake Corum stayed, everybody thought he was coming out last year. He did the right thing. He should have stayed. He didn't go till later in the NFL. But a guy like Genty, bro, you a running back. Like your chances of getting injured are high, and you could blow that in one, next year and mess everything up. So opportunity right and it fits right, man. If I'm Genty, bro, I'm in this corner. I'm letting them know, man. You that dude. Go ahead and get your job, man, and do your thing, bro. And Matty, that was honestly for the people that's in my leagues when they kept saying, bro, you're running backs. You ain't taking none. Yeah, because next year I'm gonna go get the ones I need. So I don't need to take no running backs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was the purpose of me not taking none and drafting the hero RBs and all that, because I knew this class was coming up, man. It was gonna be crazy. And since I got the first one off, Matty, I'm gonna let you get one and I'm gonna get my last one. Who you got next on the list, man, as far as automatics on this next class?
You talked about your fate with like Jayden Daniels becoming your guy. This player has been my guy, and eventually it's going to be. I think he's going to be almost everyone's guy. It's Jalen Milroe. Last year in a class that had Jayden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, Jalen Milroe made plays as spectacular as any of those guys. There may not have been a better overall playmaker in college over the last couple of years with his ability to run, his ability to throw downfield. And then you look at him and you're like, am my eyes crazy? This kid's 225 pounds. He's built like a brick shithouse. Like he's built to play NFL quarterback and he's getting better. Was it all Nick Saban? Nope. Kalen DeBoer comes in, new offensive scheme comes in. He continues to make it happen. He's clutch. And you hear the right things. He was a former 3-star kid who's gotten better and better and better. And now going into his 4th year in college, his 2nd as a starter. This kid's going to be a first-round pick. I had that. I felt like he had first QB off the board potential coming into the season. And he's playing good enough and now beating Georgia, coming in clutch. I know Ryan Williams looks like 2027 receivers. That's a whole nother separate conversation. But Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, holy shit, those kids as true freshmen are already incredible. But Jalen Milroe's guy for me that as long as he just can continue to look good. I mean, we're seeing an ADOT over 10. We're seeing him now have an adjusted completion percentage that continuously ranges from the mid-70s to the 90s, which is unbelievable. He had a 90.9 adjusted completion percentage last week against Georgia. 89.5 PFF grade in passing. Like the arms catching up to the playmaking ability. And that is when NFL teams are going to start salivating. They're going to start putting them high on their draft boards. And I'm sorry, you asked me, who do I want at the top of an NFL draft? A guy like Carson Beck or a guy like Jalen Milroe? Give me a guy like Jalen Milroe over and over and over again. Look at it in the NFL now. You need guys who can run. You need guys who can
Titans. Look at the Titans right now, bro. The Titans could use Jalen Milroe right now.
Oh my God, of course. The Raiders, but the Giants. I mean, they're gonna be every year. It feels like 5 quarterback jobs get solved and 10 more open up.
And Matty, and that's my biggest fear, bro. I don't mean to end your thing if you got something to say, but my biggest fear with the quarterback position is it's only 32 that can start, bro. It's only 32. But it seemed like every single year, at least 2 to 3 come out, and we expect them to either start right away or be a potential starter mid-season. And it is recycling and replacing. But when you got a guy like Sam Darnold who's rejuvenated his career, if you a team and Sam Darnold, let's say Vikings let him go. Do you sign Sam Darnold or do you take Jay Milrow? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
it's that those are the decisions that's going to be made this summer when you got guys that are resurging their career. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, all these guys. If you would have said this class coming up and the next class, they would have never had a starting job again. But they got opportunities, they capitalized on them, and now we got rookies coming in, and we like, now you got to really think out of 32 teams, which quarterback can be replaced, and that's just every year is gonna keep happening. But I'm with you on Milrow, man. That Georgia game pretty much let everybody know, like, hey, he is him. You know what I'm saying? He is here. Ain't no question about it. And it was primetime TV. Everybody
Oh
saw it. If
yeah.
you weren't watching, I don't know what you was watching, but that was a hell of a game, and I actually loved that game. Um, I rock with Milrow, bro. He's gotten better every time. Like
Yeah.
last year, he had a lot of games last year where I thought like you could tell he's still young. He need a little bit more, and now he in that mix, man. He's a dog, man. So, how you got him on your Heisman rank, man? Is he 1, 2? What you got?
He's got to be number one now.
Okay.
He's got to be number one now after that
A
game.
lot of people still got
After that
Cam
game.
Ward. Got Cam Ward there, man.
Cam Ward's up there. I hate that it's become a quarterback position because Ginty absolutely deserves to be on there. Ryan
Bro,
Williams deserves to be on there.
Travis Hunter. Travis
Travis
Hunter is
Hunter.
another one. Yeah.
Travis Hunter should, if we were being if we were being as morally perfect as we could be in terms of the true roots of the Heisman Trophy Award,
Travis
it
Hunter.
would be Travis Hunter. It wouldn't even be
It
close.
wouldn't. It wouldn't.
It wouldn't even be close.
If the quarterbacks had their own award,
They should.
Travis Hunter might be automatic. I mean, we still got Genty up there. We got other guys, but Travis Hunter would probably be leading that vote as well. But unfortunately, quarterbacks just keep robbing us of celebrating. I saw a thing the other day, and this is NFL related, but they got the MVPs. It was Josh Allen for MVP. This was before week 4.
Mhm.
And they said offensive player, and it was 2 running backs. It was no, my fault. It was Saquon Barkley and somebody else. But I'm just saying the MVP wasn't Saquon Barkley. It was the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
every time you see a thumbnail or some graphic is always going to say MVP, and it's going to be 4 quarterbacks. Offensive player is going to be all positional players, and it shouldn't be like that. It might as well just give them their own award because
for sure.
what's the point of having an MVP if nobody else in another position can get it, or they got to break a milestone to get this thing? Like, it's just pretty crazy, man. Pretty lazy, to be honest.
It is, and same thing goes for Rookie of the Year. All let's make this addendum right now. Me and you, Fizz.
They make the most money.
They
just
make
give
them
their own thing.
Just give them their own freaking awards night. Give them their own awards category. Offensive Quarterback of the Year. It's only words. In 10 years, 20 years, it'll have the same prestige as it does now. But most valuable player, it is always going to be a quarterback, though, the way this NFL is. It's always going to be a quarterback.
That's the NFL, though, man. NFL stuff. The NBA, they come up with new trophies every week, man. They got
they don't care.
Then the Lakers win the
in-season tournament champions.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the NBA, that got them all $1 million. Bro,
the NBA is for the players, man. The NFL, like, look, we made these rules in 1922, and they're gonna stay right here. They're never gonna change them. So, but my last guy before we move on, man, is that boy Ted McMillan, man. Tecteria. What's how you spell it?
I think it's Tetaroa.
Okay, Tetaroa McMillan, bro. And Matty, again, my college league, man. I had Genty and McMillan back-to-back picks. I had the last pick of the draft. I got both of them. And goodness gracious, bro. Week 1, the guy had 300 yards. Week 1. Now, week 2 was a slow week because, of course, they Arizona, man. I don't expect them to go out there and just smash every single opponent anyway. Mm-hmm. But week 3, he had 138, and last week he had 50. But I believe I'm not sure. So far he got 29 receptions, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. But I believe he's like 6'5", 6'4", something like that. And can jump out the roof, man. I mean, any receiver that's 6'4", 6'5", man, and is a athlete. He's not some big zombie just standing there, don't know how to move. Like, this dude is an athlete, bro. And if you look up a McMillan highlight reel on YouTube, I promise you, you're gonna be like, man, hold on, I need this dude. I haven't looked at any 2025 class mocks yet in a while, but I will say I know for sure he's a first rounder without a question.
Oh yeah.
maybe even a top 5, top 6 guy at this point, man, in most NFL mocks. But Dynasty mocks, man, he might be receiver one at this point, man. I mean, I know we got Luke Lachey, we got some guys, man, that we talk about every week, but I remember EV is the one that I really heard. I think we did a mock last year, early 2025, and he had McMillan as his receiver one before the season started, and he made me raise my eyebrows, like, all right, let me go look more into him. That's how I really knew. Let me go check into this dude. So, like a lot of times, man, I know y'all tap in with us, but honestly, sometimes when we talk, it's like homework, like if we mention the name and you really trying to advance your knowledge of the game, bro, go look that play up. These are my coworkers, these are my dudes, and I listen to what they say and be like, all right, how can I beat them at their own game? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when I'm on a show with Matty, if he mentions somebody that wasn't on my mind, I promise you I'm gonna go look him up and be like, all right, cool. This Matty said it. Let me go look him up. So just take these names, man, and put them to use, because we're not just saying them just for content, like we saying this for knowledge. And McMillan, to me, bro, I don't know if I'm not sure how close and far everyone else is in this draft, but McMillan to me might be receiver one coming out right now in this class. What you got on McMillan as far as the class go?
He's 1 or 2, and it depends on how the league looks at him versus Luther Burden. And also, I guess the other X factor is Travis Hunter.
I said Luke Lachey. I meant Burden. My bad.
Well, Luke Lachey is the tight end.
I know.
All right.
You know, I love tight ends.
Shows with Mike. This guy's been
doing
doing too many shows with Mike over here.
I love tight ends, man.
But it depends on just how the NFL looks, and then of course how Travis Hunter declares. Because if he comes to the league as a receiver,
for sure,
he could end up being the first player at that position taken because of his upside on both sides of the ball. But Ted McMillan, if you want to trick your buddies, you go, hey, did you know Mike Evans went to Arizona? They go, no, he didn't. And you go, yeah. And then just put on Ted McMillan highlights and they go, oh, yeah, shit, he did.
Yeah.
Because that's what he looks like. When you're 6'5", you can play different ways. You can play like Keon Coleman. You could play like T. Higgins above the rim. Or you could be a truly special player at that height. You're Marvin Harrison's, you're Mike Evans, you're Ted McMillan's. AJ 100%. Green. Ted McMillan's a guy, he can kind of do it all. When you're that big,
and I love the AJ Green comparison. That was my comparison to AJ Green, bro. I think people forget how good AJ Green was.
They do,
man.
They do. They
forget about that boy AJ, man. Oh my goodness, bro. They forget, man.
Yeah, they forget that he was, 5-star, 99 percentile prospect going to Georgia, 4th overall pick, I believe, in the NFL draft. I mean, AJ Green was a perennial MFer in fantasy,
man.
And Ted has that type of upside. He does. He's going to come with top half of the first round draft capital. So
100%.
What you want?
I mean, and honestly, at his size, I mean, how much wrong can he do? I'm not saying that the quarterback wouldn't matter, but he goes to a team that's not. Of course, he's gonna go to a team that's probably not that good because it's an early pick. But he's going to establish himself easy as a receiver one on that team once he gets drafted. So hopefully, one of these teams, like how Arizona did, they failed early and got Marv because they shouldn't have got Marv. If you look at Arizona and how good they could potentially be.
The Bengals did that when Burrow got hurt. They swooped in, got
exactly.
Chase.
Jamar Chase, yep. So if you get one of these teams, man, that aren't really bad, they just had a bad season, and they come off and get a guy like Ted McMillan, man, it's gonna be crazy for us for sure, man. We're gonna love it, fantasy wise, anyway. So, I guess, man. Look, man, we we are hour in, man. I appreciate everybody being here, man. I got my boy Matty here. I sent him the text. He said I will be there. He cooking breakfast with me, so. We gonna just jump on into week 5, man. Let's break down a little bit of these week 5 matchups because I know that's what the people looking forward to. Their next matchup. People forget, Matty, about week 4 already, bro. It's like, oh man, that was yesterday, man. That was yesterday. We want to hear about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna run through some of the best games and let's just get a little take, man, fantasy wise and what's going on. So Thursday night, the Bucks and the Falcons. Bucks 3-1, Falcons 2-2, division game. Could be a shootout, could be a defensive game. You know how the division games be crazy, bro. You never know what these division games are gonna be. But I'll let you take what side you want, the Bucks or the Falcons, and I'll do the other team.
I'll take the Falcons.
Okay.
I'll take the Falcons because where I think that they may have a bit of an advantage is in the rushing game. They've been a pretty efficient rushing offense in comparison to the Bucks defense. The difference maker, though, of course, is Vita Vea. watching that game last weekend, he can make Saquon Barkley crumble to the ground, and Saquon's huge.
Yeah,
So he's always that
sure.
difference maker. But at some point, they're just going to have to get Bijan going. They're going to have to just force him the ball. Because the thing about running backs is, a lot of them will tell you that, yeah, I want to be efficient, but truth is, sometimes I need to get in rhythm. Sometimes I need to make sure and weaken the defense and kind of take
Derrick Henry,
opportunities
right?
presented. Derrick Henry's that guy. And I think there's going to come a point where they have to do that. And if they're going to win this game, and Falcons are in a position now where winning this game means a lot for their trajectory of their offense. And as far as the pass catchers go, Drake London, you like Drake London. Again, he keeps finding enough volume to not be a complete dud. But when it comes to Kyle Pitts, I just suggest trading him because you're never going to want to not play Kyle Pitts. Never. And that's really the tight end conundrum right now. If you have Kyle Pitts on your roster and Cole Kmet, you're always going to want to play Pitts.
I got him on every roster, Matty. I got him on every roster, man.
It's time to start moving on. And just to save yourself from the stress. Because it's like, okay, do I want to play him or insert as Zach Ertz? You're like, no, I'm going to go Kyle Pitts, the upside. Kyle Pitts 0, Zach Ertz 8. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I'm stubborn, man. I'll keep playing him. I don't care, man. I'm stubborn, bro.
I hear you. And if you're a guy that had Tony Pollard and the Eagles guys and Amon-Ra and they're all in bye, Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney's been seeing enough volume. He's been attacked downfield, and he's had pretty good games. 2 games in which he had double-digit scoring. So yeah, he's a flex play for me.
Yeah, he's a slot guy. So slot players, man, we love those slot players all the time in every offense. And for the Bucs side, man, I mean, that looked like we had a couple of off weeks, I would say, with Mike Evans, but it looked like last week Mike Evans is back. He let everybody know he was back last week early in that Eagles game. So 100% start all your Bucs. I'm not sure about this run game right now, man. Rashad White is
tough.
Yeah, it's like he's not the best runner. Bucky Irvin seems to have the running part aspect of that, but receiving, of course, we know what he could do in the passing game. So, I mean, best ball it if you can, but the receiving game overall, Godwin, Mike Evans, Baker, this Atlanta defense is not that scary that you can't trust those guys. And if you had to start all 3 in one matchup, this wouldn't be a bad matchup to start all 3. So if you had Mike Evans, Godwin, and Baker, and you wanted to know, should I start Godwin or Mike Evans or start both, man? Start them and Baker. I feel like Thursday night prime time against Atlanta, this could be a shootout game. And both of those receivers can have double-digit fantasy points, plus Baker put up 25 plus, man. So I like this matchup for the Bucs for sure. Even though it's in Atlanta. I mean, it's in a dome, no rain, no hurricane. Perfect reason for the Bucs to continue doing what they was doing last week and keep it going. So I just hope that they make Atlanta step their game up and make Kirk Cousins say, hey, I gotta put up 300 plus because Baker got 280 and it's the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing for that game right there. We got the Jets and the Vikings. I pretty much think the Vikings should do what they do. Okay.
You worried about Garrett Wilson? When do you start getting worried about Garrett Wilson?
Honestly, I've been worried about him, bro. I've been worried about him. Like, I didn't draft him on any leagues this year, startups or nothing. And they had nothing to do with the player. I just know, man, Aaron Rodgers is stubborn, bro. And the one thing I know about Aaron Rodgers, he's going to find a reason for Allen Lazard, his guy, to be the number 1 receiver every week. If Randall Cobb was on his team, he would trust him more than Garrett Wilson. That's just Aaron Rodgers, man. If you didn't come up in the mud with Aaron Rodgers, bro, he ain't, he don't see you. I mean, that's why Adams want to go there so bad, because he know once he goes there, you might as well get rid of Garrett Wilson, man. And there's nothing to Garrett Wilson. I still believe he's one of the greatest players in this league, but Rodgers just seemed to be stubborn. And if you're not on his time, the connection ain't there. And I think Lazard is on his time. So I'm very nervous about Garrett Wilson right now, bro. I don't want no parts of him. I mean, I want to buy him for cheap. I buy him for cheap, but I don't want to draft him, though. I'm cool on drafting him.
I have him in one league, and now I might have to look to move on,
Bro, I've been trying to buy them for the low. I can't, but I will at some point. Let's see. Okay, big game right here. Ravens and Bengals, man. Bengals 1-3, which we thought they could have lost that game last week, to be honest. We ain't look good in the beginning. And I said, bro, they lose to Carolina. It's over with. Like, what the hell is going on here? So Ravens and Bengals, man. The thing I hate about this game, as much as I know the Ravens can kick the Bengals ass, the Ravens gonna make it a game just because that's what they do, bro. They always go against teams that they should smash on and beat up and just play like they don't know what they doing, man. So I'm gonna take the Ravens side on this one because Lamar's my dog, man. And I kick it off with the Bengals defense is hot garbage. I mean, they're not good at all. The O-line is banged up. Joe Burrow was under duress all last week, and the Panthers don't even have a D-line at this point, and Joe Burrow was scrambling for his life. You know what I'm saying? So with the O-line and being banged up in Cincinnati, I think, man, if they really, really, really do what they supposed to do, I got a feeling they're gonna run the ball a lot because they should. But me being a division rival, I don't want to just win the game. I want to bang you up and beat you up to the point where like this our division. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take them division games personal, bro. And that's why I really was hating that Dallas didn't do that, man, last week against the Giants. When it's a division rival, man, and the Bengals always seem to snatch a win out of the Ravens at some point, you got to show up and show out. So this right here, this is my bold take on this game, Matty. This is Mark Andrews' week, man. Mark Andrews is back going against the Bengals. He ain't had a catch in like 3 weeks. So whatever I say is going to make it sound good, right? So let's just say
anything will be better than this.
Let's just say the big guy gets us 50 and a touchdown. That's what I need. 50 and a touchdown. I ain't going to go crazy.
That's turning one overall in this market.
Hey, listen, 50 and a touchdown. Let's get him 4 catches, 5 catches. 50 and a touchdown for Big Andrews, man. Put some respect on his name, man. And I think the Ravens going to smash this game and remind the Bengals that, hey, we run this. You know what I'm saying? This our city. This our division. This our everything you want. We going to give it to you. So I'm going to go with the Ravens in a double-digit win this week against the Bengals.
They have the personnel to absolutely smother and destroy the Bengals. They can put together a game plan that does look very similar to what they did to the Bills.
Exactly.
It's really. I
don't know if they're going to do it because they always seem to let the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? But they have it though. They have it,
and it just depends. We could know how this game will go in the first 3 or 4 plays of the first drive. Can they stop Derrick Henry? If the answer is yes early, we might be in for a good shootout. Vegas expects this game to be a shootout. The over-under 50.5 is one of the highest on the slate for week 5. I like that. I'm into that. And they have the Bengals getting just 3 points. So they expect it to be a kind of blow for blow, haymaker for haymaker type of game. But on the Bengals side of things, we're getting excited about T. Higgins. We've been excited about Jamar Chase. But what is becoming a bit nerve-wracking for me is the running back situation.
Yeah.
Moss dominates touches. Chase has been hyper-efficient.
Touchdowns, right? He got the touchdown. Moss got one late last week. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, exactly. Moss got one, and basically it wasn't garbage time per se, but it was within the last 2 minutes of the game that saved his fantasy week.
Yeah.
But when you look at all the analytical analysis of their seasons, Chase Brown's been more effective per touch. He has a much higher rush EPA. He has the same amount of rushing yards after contact, despite having nearly 20 less carries. He goes over the 15 miles per hour mark more than Zach Moss, and he has 20 less carries. I don't know who I want, but I know I want one of them.
Facts.
I want them. I want both. I want the running back in this game, or for this offense. We've seen it be great for Joe Mixon. They said, Joe, you can go find other work. We'll find it. We'll figure it out, and they have. I just don't know who I want because I would thought for sure, give me Moss, give me the guaranteed touches, and then week 4 happens, and Chase Brown is just the best player on this running back in this backfield. So I'm nervous. I'm just gonna. If I had to pick, gun to my head, Fizz, I think I'm gonna go with Brown. Give me the efficiency over the volume, because if volume is a decision by the coaching staff, if they decide to flip-flop it, Moss is dead and Brown's a beast, or if they keep it the same, Brown's still pretty good.
You know what it seemed like though? To me, it seemed like they're being stubborn and they saying, "Well, we paid Moss, so we're gonna make him run, no matter what Chase is doing.
Yeah.
We paid you, so we're gonna play you." That's what it seemed like to me. Like they just head up their ass. We paid you, so we're gonna make you work for your money. Like no matter if Chase is better or not, we paid you, so you gonna play. Like that's what it seemed like. That's what they doing. But I'm with you on that backfield, and I also want to shout out my boy Eric All, man. Eric All is becoming that dude, and that ain't hard to be a tight end. But they paid Gesicki, and we thought this 2024 was gonna be an off season for him with the leg injury coming in. And right now, you putting up double digits every single week, man, in fantasy. So I've been scraping them up every league I could over the summer because I knew a lot of leagues I didn't really care anyway. So Eric All for sure is my dog on that team. So who you got overall? You got the Ravens winning that game though?
I would think so because I think whether it be close or a blowout, I just see them being able to run the ball with Derrick Henry, finish the game, and they have the better team overall.
Okay, and that Bucks game, winner or loser? I ain't asked you that one on the Bucks game.
I'm going with the Bucks, and I will say this: if people out there listening like to bet, right now on DraftKings, you can get a little juice taking the Bucks money line at plus 105. So I would do that. I'd hammer that a little bit.
Cool. Got another big one, man. 1:00 game, Buffalo and the Texans, man. We still haven't seen that Texas offense take off. Like they won last week against Jacksonville, but they was losing almost that whole game. I'm thinking y'all losing to the Jaguars, bro. Come on, division game. I get it, but Nico Collins is still that dude. I'm matter of fact, now I'm seeing talking. I'm gonna take the Texans, just because I already kicked it off, but. Nico Collins is clearly that dude, man. I really slept on this guy. I just, being in my ways, thought that Diggs was going to outshadow and out voice him in the locker room. And Diggs is still doing his thing. Like I've read something about Diggs is one of the most efficient receivers right now in 2024. But I do think that Nico has submitted himself as receiver one. No questions asked. You ain't got to worry about it. But everybody overall, they didn't have Tank Dell last week. I'm not sure if he's playing this week or not, but against the Buffalo Bills, we need everybody. All hands on deck, and this is an AFC matchup that's going to matter come December and January. So I expect CJ Stroud to, especially after seeing what Lamar and them did, even though they did a lot with the run game. CJ Stroud is going to air that ball out. So I actually like the Texans in this game, and I think they have the better roster. They might have the better player in Josh Allen on the other side, but I think this Texans game, man, I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one. And I like all weapons: Diggs, Nico, Schultz, whoever's playing running back that week. I'm not sure if Mixon coming back or not, but I think the whole Texans offense is gonna take off this week, man, because they haven't had a breakout week. Minnesota, they did nothing last week. They was itching and scratching for a win. Let's get a guaranteed, CJ Stroud top 12 quarterback and Diggs and Nico. I mean, they've been doing it, but it ain't look good when they do it. So
yeah,
if they can do it against a team like the Bills, bro, they can establish themselves as the clear 101 in their division. I mean, they are now, but they can establish themselves by beating the Bills. Like look, all these other guys, the Colts and the Jaguars and the Titans, don't matter at all. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely agree. This game's big for the Titans. I mean, for the Texans.
Yeah,
because look at who they've beat. You said the Jaguars, the Colts, the Bears. Not really the cream of the crop in terms of the best teams. The one test that they had, they got the shit kicked out of them when they played the Vikings. They need to establish them. If they want to establish themselves as being in the upper echelon of the AFC, they're going to come out and light this game up.
Got to.
Also, Stephon Diggs' revenge game.
For sure. How many revenge games this dude gonna have, man? He just had one 2 weeks ago, man.
He did, and now he's got one at home. They're gonna. I like the Texans to win this game. I love the over. I think this is a game where you see a lot of points scored because the Texans are going to have incentive to dominate, and the way the Texans dominate is not the way the Ravens do. The Ravens dominate by controlling the game, shoving Henry down your face, letting Lamar get to the outside. Texans dominate when CJ Stroud chucks the rock.
For sure.
They're going to, with Tank Dell possibly coming back, it sounds like Mixon should be back this week. They have the weaponry. And then with Josh Allen, he's going to fight back. The only way he doesn't fight back is a game like the Ravens, where they steal the souls of their opponents.
Yeah,
In this indoor game, Josh Allen's going to go berserk.
Oh, for sure.
And if you have a fantasy relevant player on on the Texans, you're playing him. And on the Bills side, of course, James Cook is a must. And a receiver that could have made my biggest risers list for Dynasty is Khalil Shakir. I just need to make sure that injury that he sustained at the end of Sunday Night Football isn't long lasting. Doesn't sound like it is, but Wednesday practices are going to be big for Shakir. I love what he's brought. He's emerging as the best wide receiver for Josh Allen.
Yeah, and I honestly slept on him a lot, man. I really thought that they was going to be like, I don't know who's the receiver one each week and blah, 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 but it looked like Shakir has pretty much said, hey, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, yep.
Put receiver one on my name badge right now. So I like Shakir, man. I mean, it's not that it's much of a game, Matty, but I'm gonna let you say something about your Patriots and what you think, bro. Then I'm gonna move to the next game. We're gonna go through 2 more games, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit of love though on your Patriots, man. I don't have no say so on this one, man. You know, since you're a guest, I'm gonna show you some love on your Patriots, man.
Next.
Okay. Say no more, man. We're gonna move
without
on.
Tua. Like, there's nothing. This game.
I know, I know, bro. I try to show you some love on that one, bro. All right, cool.
35-point over under. Hammer the under.
Nah, for sure. We're gonna do 2 more games, bro. We're gonna go. I mean, this record wise don't look that good, but the Cardinals and the 49ers should be a good game, man. Good division game. Fantasy wise, of course, we definitely have a lot of those Michael Wilson shares and Marvin Harrison and Kyler on that side. So I'm gonna let you go first on this one, man. Give us Cardinals or the 49ers, and give me your take on that one.
I'll start with the Niners. It seems like Jordan Mason is going to be the smash fab dominator this year. George Kittle, due to the injuries around the field, it feels like he's been pretty consistent, which is good because he's been super boom bust. And Deebo Samuel's good. You're going to want to play them. He's going to take some time, and they're going to be – this is kind of – I haven't read this. This is just kind of my gut feeling, and I'm not a doctor. I only play one on television, so I don't know for sure. But I think they're going to slow play the calf because the calf tendonitis correlation, the calf and the Achilles correlation – it's always there. It's why Russell Wilson hasn't been back yet. They don't want you. If you have a strained calf, they want to slow play it because that's how you pop your Achilles. And now they're dealing with Achilles tendonitis, which I didn't know was contagious, but it is with Christian McCaffrey. So I think that caused them to slow play Deebo.
Well, in San Fran, bro, that, man, those running backs, bro, every year it's the same thing. Every year, bro, they run through running backs probably more than anybody in this entire league.
Yes.
D linemen as well. I mean, every year the leg injuries though, it's always a leg injury. It's never really like a shoulder or hip or every single injury coming out of the 49ers camp, weekly, yearly, is the leg, ankle, foot, toe.
Squats, baby. Hit them squats, them lunges.
Hey, listen, I'm glad Saquon ain't there because he might. Hey, he got the quads. He got his legs, man. He different. He built different. So, yeah, I'm with you though, man. I believe this is a Jordan Mason game, especially because since that contract been signed, bro. What is
Brandon Ayuk,
bro? Like, man, I mean, is they need to give Jennings a raise at this point, right? They snuck and got that 2-year deal with him because Ayuk, bro. I'm not sure what's the connection or the disconnection, but he dropping passes and he look like he's skating through, man. Like, they winning games, but he doesn't look like that guy that we ranked higher than a lot of these people in Dynasty. And if you bought him for the overcooked price, hopefully he gets you right, man, later on. Because some people this summer that bought him maybe thinking he was going to sign a contract and Deebo would leave or whatever the case. But yeah, he got a lot of work to do, man. And I feel like they're the 49ers. They're going to figure it out, but going into this game, I think you would think on paper that the 49ers should win this game. But again, it's a division game. And the way the Cardinals look against the Commanders, you would say, oh, man, there's no way they're going to win this game. And those division games never turn out the way you think they're going to turn out all the time. So we didn't see the Rams beating the 49ers 2 weeks ago, and they came back after being down 21 points. So with that being said, though, I see now that we thought Greg Dortch was kind of in the mix and he was running that offense on the receiving end in Arizona like the first 2 weeks. But finally, after Kyler saying what he said, that it ain't my job to get Marv the ball, he
Yeah.
realized that that is his job to get Marv the ball.
That's
So,
very much his job.
you know what I'm saying? So we pay you to get him the ball, bro. So I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. But thankfully, he realized, yeah, I was tripping when I said that. And Marvin Harrison, the only thing I'm missing with Marv, it seemed like he does all this in one half, and then the next half you don't see him no more. I don't understand. Like, what's the disconnect with the keep feeding them the ball or find plays and draw up? That's where OCs come in and great coaching comes in, where your number one guy shouldn't be X'd out for the whole second half. And I think 2 games in a row or 2 games this season, Marvin Harrison got 1 catch or no catches in the second half. But those first
That's
half,
right.
all his points come. So that's an OC thing. That's not a Kyler thing. That's not, that's something where you got to draw up a play, man. The dude is 6'3", 6'4". Put him in a slot, man. Make him go across the middle. Do some type of route where we making sure he getting this ball and you can continue to try to compete. I'm not sure why we keep getting away from him. I mean, I like Michael Wilson. He's a solid guy too, but Marvin Harrison should see no less than 12 to 13 targets a game. Me and Cody talk about this every week, and Cody talk about Malik Neighbors really being that dude. And Malik Neighbors shouldn't go under 12 to 11 targets a game, and there's no reason why Marv shouldn't either.
That's
And
right.
I just seem like that second half, man, they always seem to lose him, man. He's too tall to lose in any game. So I think on both sides of the field, we're going to see a lot of fantasy production, but ultimately, I got the 49ers winning this game. I think they're going to do what they're supposed to do. And who you got winning this game, Matty?
I got the Niners. They're at home, and I think that I love the under here. The 50 points seems way too high. You mentioned the divisional game. If this was in Arizona and the Niners were cooking, I could
Yeah,
see that. I think they're gonna
they're gonna
slow
run the
it
ball a
down.
lot though.
They're gonna run the shit out of the ball,
Yep,
timely plays, and the Cardinals. They haven't shown the ability to catch back up. It's
they
weird.
haven't. They haven't.
I thought they would. I thought
I
at the
thought that
very least.
Commanders game, bro, they was down so much they was gonna
Yeah.
stay. They was gonna take off. Even if they lost, they was at least gonna take off and try to compete. They did. They just gave up, bro. Like I said, Marv, bro, you down 20-something points and Marvin still ain't getting the ball. What's going on here?
It's weird. It's just I don't expect that from the Cardinals, but maybe sometimes I have to remind myself it's not the Cliff Kingsbury Cardinals, it's the Jonathan
There you
Gannon
go.
Cardinals, and the
There you
Jonathan
go.
Gannon Cardinals might not have that get back, that comeback because
You're
even
right.
remember week 1 they get ahead with some nice play against the Bills in Buffalo, choked that thing up, couldn't play in the second half. Last week they don't necessarily catch up like I thought they would. Maybe they just don't have that in them.
Yeah, and we also got to remember that Cliff kind of had Kyler's number, right? That was his guys for like 3-4 years. So I believe Cliff had the remedy for that game, man. He was ready. He was ready to come back in Arizona and do that to them last week. So
Yeah, got the game ball.
yeah, for sure. So we're gonna knock out these last 2 games, man, quick, and we're gonna head out of here. So well, I'm gonna give Malik Neighbors some love. Shout out to him, but we don't need to talk about the Giants and the Seahawks. So Dallas and the Steelers Sunday night, man. Give me your take on what side you're gonna take. I know you're gonna give me the Cowboys, so go ahead and speak on the Steelers, man.
So right now it looks like the Steelers. You're playing Fields. You're okay with Fields, and then you're playing George Pickens.
Yep.
I think in a bind you could still play Pat Frymouth. He had a nice week 4.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the comeback effort, the higher paced offense is not plan A for the Steelers. I wish it was. It'd be a lot easier to rely on some of these guys because even Najee, who had a horrible game, ended up breaking a couple of passes because they were in a little bit more catch-up mode. We'll see what happens with Cordero Patterson with Jaylen Warren. But yeah, like I said, Najee, it's do or die for him. I saw T-Rock in the chat saying hopefully he does well, then you can sell. Might not be a bad strategy. And it might be time to see what they got with Jaylen Warren. But this is the game. If Warren's still banged up, Patterson's banged up, it's going to be the Najee Harris show, and he's got to show
He should have 20 rushes minimum, right?
minimum.
I'm with you. And on the Dallas side for me, man, we lost Micah, we lost Lawrence. To me, I feel like this is a CeeDee Lamb 100-yard game. Brandon Cooks 70-yard game. Like we should be throwing the ball so much because this defense ain't gonna stop one thing on the Pittsburgh side, and we're gonna have to keep scoring points. I don't want to see Brandon Aubrey out there breaking records, kicking field goals the whole game. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers blitzing, coming through our young O line and knocking Dak on his back so much that we don't have time to run the ball because our run game ain't nothing anyway. So throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. I'm expecting CD Lamb to be top 3 this week and Dak Prescott top 5 as far as points because we're going to throw that ball the entire game. I don't see no other way that we can get through this game without trying to run up the score and maybe slowing down later after having a lead. But we got to establish the lead first and early because if they try to make it a slow-paced game, trying to keep up with the Steelers with that offense, with that defense and Justin Fields and Najee maybe clicking, it's going to be a long day for the Cowboys. So I think early and really early, they got to establish a 13, 14-point lead at some point if they can do that. So I'm going Cowboys, all offensive players on the receiving side to really take off this game. And last game. Oh, go ahead, Matt. You got something you're going to speak on? Or
I just real quick, the Cowboys are getting 2.5 points as road dogs. I might take the points there.
Yeah, I would take the points too. I think they can win the game. I just think they have to do it in a way that not like they did against the Giants. Just kick field goal, and then the fourth quarter. Because if you look at that game, bro, the first half or first quarter, CD had like 7 targets.
He had all his production in the first.
That second half, they just
took
the foot off the gas and said, let's just get out of here with a win. You're not going to be able to do that against the Pittsburgh Steelers if Justin Fields is really moving around how he won against that D-line that we don't have. So
they got to keep. They're going to be tough. Mike Tomlin's going to have them ready to play in prime.
100%. So the only way you beat that is to make them play catch up. You know what I'm saying? I will make Justin Fields have to put up 20-something points, not the other way around where we trying to run the ball and kick field goals against them. That's not our game against them. Last game, man, Saints and the Chiefs, man. I usually wouldn't bring up the Saints, but it seemed like they a hot offense. So, hey, you got to show them some respect, some love, man. So, we know what Alvin Kamara is. We know, for she is, he been kind of missing the last couple of weeks, man. It seemed like our guy, man, the boom bust 1 catch for 70 yards guy, man. He been hiding out the last week or two, man. So I know Chris Olave seemed like he got a connection now,
Yeah, he kind of emerged the last couple of weeks.
He kind of stepped up, man. So what's the name still hurt? I know everybody had Kamara last week, bro. Taysom Hill stole every single touchdown from this man last week, and it broke everybody's heart, bro. So what's your take on the game in general as a whole? We don't have to take no side, but I know Rashee Rice ain't in the game, and I don't know how the offense really going to look for the whole game with the Chiefs kind of taking a step back from losing Rice. Who can we trust on that side of the ball right now?
I think
is it Travis Kelce back now? Is he like?
I think it's just going to be Travis Kelce.
Yeah, because Rashee was taking his role, right? Rashee was kind of taking his role across the middle, and
Yep. And expect them to go deep early because they can kind of set the Saints back a little bit if they start trying to take chunk plays. But the truth is, Matt Nagy does not get a lot out of these guys like Eric Bieniemy did. And does Eric Bieniemy have a gig? Is he in UCLA or something? Like,
I think he's in college for sure.
They need to call Bieniemy back, dude.
I think Pat is the reason why Matt Nagy's dead. I don't think it had nothing to do with the actual coaching. I think I say this all the time. My boy Voorhees is a Chiefs fan, die hard, and I tell him all the time. I believe Bieniemy made Pat grow up. He made him. It was almost like that uncle that come over there. You want the cool uncle. You want the one that's gonna be eating nuggies with you after the game. You don't want Bieniemy coming through like, hey, because if you look on the sideline last year and them years prior, him and Pat never looked like they was best friends. They just look like coach and player relationship. But I think Matt Nagy kind of plays that role that he kind of give Pat a little leeway and, all right, you my man, you my dog, we cool. I think Bieniemy got the best out of Pat because he didn't treat him like a friend. He treated him like a coach and a player. And I'm going to make you be responsible for your actions. You know what I'm saying? So I think Pat kind of whistled his way into getting Bieniemy out of there. And unfortunately, I wanted Bieniemy to be in Washington. I thought he was going to be solid there, but he's not in the league. Oh yeah, okay. Somebody said UCLA. coach OC. Yeah, I thought it was UCLA. So hopefully he can find his way back, man, into the league. But yeah, man, Matt Nagy ain't doing it for me, man. He's not doing it for me at all, bro.
He's
Right
doing it
now.
for the Chiefs. I mean, they have Super Bowls and a lot of wins.
Unfortunately, bro, the problem is when you win in games, it's hard to say that something's not working, right?
Yeah, they don't care about our fantasy teams. They care about the dubs, and they're getting them.
But behind the scenes, as a fan and as a player, and even as an organization, you can win games every week. And I said this about Philly last year. Philly went 10-1 last year. But if you look at those wins, bro, they was etching out those wins. It was a late field goal block or interception on the goal line. Like, I knew that crumble was happening because they never convinced me every week that they were so dominant to be 10-1. And I feel like the Chiefs at some point, with the way that they playing and winning on the edge every week, it's going to crash on them. Like, man, we need to get it together because we 8-2, but bro, we barely winning games right now. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can get that together, man. I know, pretty sure you got the Chiefs winning, man. What you got on the winning side of this game right now before we get up out of here, Matty?
Yeah, it's tough to bet against them. I will say this though, all of a sudden Kareem Hunt is going to be a thing again.
Yeah, he is. He is. He
is pretty good, I guess. But I think they win this game. I do want to take the points though. If you're trying to bet a little bit, Saints getting a 6.5, nearly a touchdown on the road. You know, Derek Carr and Dennis Allen, they get those guys always ready to play. They don't seem to get blown out much. I could see this being a close game, kind of like what the Chiefs did all along. I mean, they didn't. So I think that I like the Saints getting points if you want to take it that way. But straight up winner, I think the Chiefs do pull it out at home. They're just so tough to beat. Prime time at home. This could be a big Travis Kelce game. The game we've been waiting for. 11 targets, 9 catches, 150, a touchdown, and all of a sudden his PPG looks, points per game, look right back at the top of the list. So I think Travis Kelce in a massive volume game is going to be a good play this week.
Yeah. And before we get out of here, man, I'm gonna give me your. We're gonna leave the tight end position alone because that doesn't matter anyways. But quarterback, running back, receiver. Give me a bold take or your biggest plays. I ain't even gonna go to underplays. Give me your biggest plays at quarterback, running back, and receiver. And I'm gonna give you mine, and we're gonna get up out of here, bro. Quarterback, we start with that.
So the big quarterback play I like this week, Geno Smith. At home, get right game. Giants stink. Their secondary is awful. I think this is a big game for Geno Smith, so I like Geno Smith in this week's slate for sure. Okay,
and I like that call, man, because it means you selling me on Geno more and more, man.
Geno,
yeah, you selling me on Geno. We got bye weeks this week too, man. They finally kick in.
I know.
So, you know what? I'm gonna go with my boy Justin Fields against the Cowboys, man.
That's tough. Going with your boy against the boys, them boys, your boys, the Cowboys. I think Fizz froze it up. This is what happens when Fizzle Dollars has to go against the Cowboys. His internet can't even take it. He freezes up. His whole mechanism gave out because he went against the Cowboys. It's like an implosion. I wonder if that's me or him. We'll find out.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay. You see me?
Was that you or me?
Nah, it was me. It's
okay.
It's raining around here, so I'm guessing that's what it was. But
I had the same difference. But what I was thinking, what happened was this is what happens when your internet hears that you're going against the Cowboys. It just locks.
It might be, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I mentioned the Cowboys getting defeated, like no, right? So Justin Fields, man, he should take off this week, man, and he might outscore guys like A. Rich, Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, all them guys, man. He might end up as a top 6-7 quarterback this week against this Cowboy defense, man. So I'm gonna go Justin Fields for my go-to to get it cracking, man, on week 5, actually. So what you got at running back, Matty?
This week, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers running back, Josh Jacobs. It's been a couple of disappointing performances, but he's still getting enough of the touches, enough of the volume. And the Rams have such a bad run defense. DeAndre Swift tore them up last week. So I think
DeAndre Swift, Josh Jacobs, of all people.
That's what you know what I'm saying? So I think this is a big, big game for Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I like that call, man. Because like you said, Swift, man, that was pretty wild, man. And I'm gonna go with it. I hate reaching too far, but matter of fact, Matty, I'm sorry, man. I thought you was gonna do this, man. I'm gonna go your boy B Rob this week, baby. Let's get B Rob in the
Yeah, you
game,
know I
man.
love B-Rob.
The Cleveland Browns have a solid defense, bro. But to be honest, I think Jayden Daniels is mixing up things so much for these defenses that I mean, we look at what B Rob did last week, bro. He took off last week against that Cardinals defense. And I believe this game is not going to be an air raid thing. If you look at Watson on the other side, they're not going to be up 35 points. It might be a 14-17, maybe 21 to 18 type of game. And late in that game, they're going to lean on B Rob, especially if Eckler not back, to run the ball. So I'm gonna go B Rob this week, man, to surprise a lot of people, bro. So B Rob for me on week 5, man.
I love it. I love that.
Who you got receive? I know. I had you here, man. I gotta hook my boy up, man, this week.
You know I love B-Rob. I love the
I know
B-Rob
that's your
success this
dog.
year.
That's your dog. Who you got receiver?
It's DJ Moore. It's DJ Moore.
That's your other boy. That's your other boy.
This is my ace. This is my A1. The reason being, it's tough to ignore his frustration. His body language looks terrible. And I hate to see it because I do think this is a great situation for him. They just paid him. But sometimes, and we talk about this often, receivers do the squeaky wheel thing. And it works. It's worked forever. And it will work forever. It might be the only position in professional sports that they can absolutely have a hissy fit and the coaches go, fine. It's like me with my kids. Sometimes the volume gets so loud. I'm like, fine. Go turn TV on. That's fine. I don't care. Sure. Go put on TV.
Yep. Just leave me alone, right?
This is a game for DJ Moore to get the morale back, the body language back, the production back. Going against the Panthers, revenge game. They traded him away, casted him aside, sent him to Chicago. Chicago is home, so they're going to get that home cooking. And the Panthers secondary has not been good. J.C. Horn's a good player, but he's really only one guy, and he's easy to take away because you could just scheme receivers into the slot or away from them. This is a game where the game plan should do it. If Eberflus has his head on his shoulders, if Shane Waldron knows what he's doing, this is the game where you take shots deep to Rome, but you pepper DJ Moore. If he goes, 7-8 catches, 120 yards, a touchdown, this offense can start to hum because you'll get your best receiver back into the swing of things. We'll get him off of whatever pity party he's been having. DJ Moore's gonna have a big game.
Nah, I'm with you. I like that call, man. And actually, I think I'm gonna close it out, man, with this. And so I'm gonna ask you this before I say this, guy. Do you think Flacco playing or is A Rich playing?
If the Colts want to win, they should put Flacco in.
So I'm going with Flacco playing, and I'm gonna say that this guy is about to take off against the Jaguars, and it's Michael Pittman, man. Michael Pittman, week 5, they're going against this putrid Jaguars team, and it's a division game. I'm not sure what the weather is, so if it's raining or flooding or whatever, hopefully that's not the case. But I believe if Flacco is playing and they're throwing the ball like they should, that he's going to get the A.J. Brown treatment as the receiver one of this team. With the coach that just left Philly 2 years ago. And Michael Pittman, man, is going to surprise us because so far he has done absolutely nothing. And we've been waiting. So if it's a week to ever bet on Michael Pittman, man, if Joe Flacco was in that game and sitting behind that O-line, first of all, hey, Matty, shout out to Joe Flacco, man. Just being
shout out to Joe Flacco,
man.
Hell yeah.
And listen, I said this, right? If Minnesota let Sam Darnold go, if I'm gonna trust JJ McCarthy next year, I'm signing Joe Flacco to back him up, bro. Because I need this guy to be who he's been everywhere he's been for the last 2 years. So I don't care what the price is, Joe. I need you because we lost Sam and we got a rookie who might not be whoever. So I need Joe Flacco behind my young rookie, man, just in case. And right now, I believe if the coach start Flacco, all those receiving guys are gonna go off, man. So. Michael Pittman for me this week, man. It's been a while. Been waiting on him. Flacco is here, then we gonna be here with him, man. So those are takes, man. That's what we got going on. You got anything you want to speak on before we get out of here, Matty? I know it's your first time on the cook up, man. I'm glad we got in the kitchen, man, and it was good having you, brother.
I guess, getting up early. Day show in South Harmon. It was
Mm-hmm.
pretty fun. It was fun. I looked up at the clock. I saw hour 49. I said, "Dang, that
Yeah.
went quick." It was
Yeah,
like a Rogan
it
episode.
did. I've been looking because I know Cody. He got something over. He got his meetings on 12, so at 12 o'clock on Tuesday. So I be trying to cut it. So I was like, I got Matty here. I got a little more range. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it was a good show, bro. I'm glad you got here to cook up with me, man. And I appreciate all the people that's here. We still got 200 plus still watching, so I appreciate y'all being here. And again, man, we got the Patreon. South Harmon. It was patreon.com/South Harmon FF. We still got that Manscaped thing going on, Matty, or what, man? I ain't caught mine yet, man. I need to. I've been slacking, bro.
South Harmon SHFF20 get you 20% off.
That's it,
baby.
I gotta get my jingles, man. Kringle, you know what I'm saying? So I got to get that cracking, and everything else is everything, man. So you got the hurdle tonight, right? 7 p.m.
Hurdle tonight. Cody's gonna be making his California debut. He says he's gonna be able to get on the episode. We're doing our first iteration of the hurdle ratings tonight, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Tizzy.
That's it, baby. Well, guess what, man? Cody might have a Tupac hologram going on. I'm not sure how you gonna have it cracking in the West Coast, man. But all I know is we here today. It's going down. I appreciate y'all the cookout. Shout out my boy Matty for coming through for me, man. And you know how we get down, man. I mean, we get one of them before we get out of here, Matty. Hey, we out of this thing, man. Appreciate y'all. Next Tuesday, baby, 10 a.m. Be here. Don't be nowhere else. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.